What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Somewhat of a late night show, huh? Reason for that being is I was working pretty much all afternoon on a video. I had all the notes done, had the stories I was going to tell, I was ready to roll with it, but it didn't feel right. Whole time I was putting this video together and the stories did not feel right. And finally when it came time to do it, I squashed it. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. If it doesn't feel right, it's not going to sound right. It doesn't feel right to me, it's not going to feel right to them. That goes to show I'd take the extra mile for the point of view crew. And you guys should expect nothing less. So I rerouted the whole video, doing a whole nother trip. Speaking of trip on this, getting the batch ready. See the kicker floating around in there? Shouldn't be too much longer. Looking forward to it. I'm going to drink it on a live. I don't think I'll be able to drink all of it. It's going to be strong. I'm going to drink some on my live. Maybe on a video. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm just making it for now. Just straight up kicker and the juice. Haven't even put no sugar on it yet. It's what they call starving it. But everyone has their own ways to do it. And I appreciate your comments. Let me know what your get down is. Trip on this though. I'm a max mead. I got a celly, Southsider celly. We got a big old batch. We're throwing it together. It's almost done. It's going to be done probably the next day. If not the next day after that. Well, they call me. I'm a pre-trial. They call me to go to max mead. So I'm like, damn, homie. I'm like, this is pounding right now. This is drinking. And he said, no, because I'm going to get a new celly, and I don't know who that's going to be, and I don't want to be drunk. I don't know who's going to come in the cell. I don't want to meet someone for the first time inebriated. Pardon me. I said, I feel you. I myself am going off to a new spot, meeting new people, but I don't mind that inebriation. What? So I went ahead and pounded the whole damn thing. And I was tipsy, I got to admit. And they called my name, the door slid open, I was like, damn, what? And they put you in a holding tank, and they're going to make you sit there for a while. Actually, 2 holding tanks. Want to preach on? Be that as it may. Some holding tanks for you to get to your bed, get to your little spot over there at Max Mead. Well, as soon as I walk in, I see a dude that I just had some problems with on the street. Some bedo. Is that how you say it? Some bedo? Anyway. Some shit with on the street. Some problems with this dude on the street. What happened was, his old lady ripped me off, so I rushed him. $300. I needed that $300. And in the process of looking for her, I found him. And he's quite a bit bigger than me, and he ain't no sucker fish. So he's kind of getting into a car, and I just rushed up on him. I didn't like challenge him to a duel, and in 5 seconds, let's do this. It's just like on sight, because his old lady, he just got me that morning, and here it is, that evening. I see him, boom, I rush him in the neighborhood at the homie's house. We fight, boom, boom, afterwards, of course, he's like, what the fuck? What's up, dude? And I was like, where's your old lady at? She ripped me off. He goes, when? I go, this morning. He goes, she dumped me like 2 weeks ago. He goes, I have not seen her. I was like, oh, okay, my bad. So instead of him being mad at me for rushing up on him, he was like, what number did she call you from? What car was she in? Who was she with? I wouldn't give him that information. That's what got him mad. He's like, you're not going to tell me the number she called you from? I was like, no. He's like, let's investigate. Let's go find that bitch. I'm not going to do this investigation with you. Should we find her? Then both of you guys are going to turn on me. It was a weird trip. I saw him. That's what I saw in the holding tank, that dude. I'm like, what is he going to push up on me? And he's looking at me, and I could feel his energy. I could feel his vibe. He's wanting to approach me and say something. And I'm like, I wish you would. I'm sitting there just kind of tipsy. Fuck this fool. He comes up to me. I'm expecting him to say something. He goes, dude, when's the last time you see my old lady? And I lost it. I bust out laughing. I just cannot believe that's what he asked me. When's the last time you see my old lady? I said, dude, last time I saw you, last time we chucked him in Ronnie's front yard, homeboy. When's the last time you saw her, dog? And he was tripping. He's like, I've been checking the obituaries every day. He's like, I hate her, homeboy. How come I love her so much? Like, get the fuck away from me. Anyway, be that as a mate. Before you kill my high, I had a good time. Went over to the Max. It was kind of funny. No, I don't even want to go there because I'm saving what happened to him actually for another story. Fits better. But yeah, man, I'm just going to talk about pruno and different type of shit. But let me tell you, though, I'm going to tell you about the scariest celly I ever had. This fits in it somehow. The most tripped out I ever got by a celly. There's a youngster. He was my bunkie in H5. We got along great. He was like to work out. He was a cool dude from Fresno. I remember he had a bunch of fucked up tattoos on his hands. Just like right here, like he got a hold of a tattoo going one night and just went to town. Like, oh, homie, gotta address that one of these days. Other than that, cool kid. Even in spite of that, even with that, cool kid. I just remember that's what caught my eye. Be that as it may. He's my bunkie. We're working out programming. It's his first term. He's from Fresno. Good kid. I get out, come back. A couple years goes by, and now I go to Wasco, AR, the sales. He's my celly. I walk in, what's up, fool? But by now he's much bigger. He's put on a gang of sides. It's like, damn, Wood, what have you been eating? What's your workout routine, homeboy? He was swole. He's like, what's up, brother? We happy to see each other. We start programming, working out. But then he start telling me what he's tripping on, what his stress was. He's like, dude, He'd found this chick, his soulmate, the love of his heart, and he loved her, man. I can tell he loved her. That's all she really talked about. But it wasn't tripping, because I'm not going to, like, he's on lame status, like he's all sprung with some chick, because she loved him equally as much. She was writing him, they got married. And he's just real happy and how much he loved her. And I was, like, happy for the kid, because I know that he'd been through a lot of foster homes, kind of had a rough upbringing, prison at a young age. Now he's, like, found some chick, and she was really doing good, older than him, was well established. She lived in Oregon. So he was literally going to transfer his parole up there to Oregon. He was living up there in Oregon with her, and they had to pay all kinds of fines. $3,500 in fines, he's telling me, for him to transfer his parole, move up to Oregon with his sweetheart, and they're doing good. But he caught a violation, and they brought him back from Oregon down to California. And you heard that if you catch a violation, you have to pay the fines all over again. That was his big trip. That's what he was stressing on. He said, dude, I'm going to have to pay those $3,500 all over again. I said, no, you're not. I never heard that, bro. I've never heard that rule. You get these fines as restitution. You pay it as part of your parole. You catch a violation, you don't get those fines reissued to you. It don't make no sense. I was like, no. We're working out. We're talking about it. And I'd encourage him and I'd assure him, say, don't even trip on that, bro. But sure enough, one day he gets a letter. He gets a damn letter from his old lady. And yes, it's true. Those cotton picking fines, he has to pay them all over again. And as he's telling me, he's like, yeah, I have to pay him. I guess my face laughed by itself, without my help. And it pissed him off. And I was like, whoa. And he looked at me, he's like, Sir Led, don't laugh at my old lady. And he started crying. His snot was coming down his nose. And I was like, I didn't laugh. I said, it was a burp. I said, or God forbid, it might be a toothache. And if it is a toothache, don't yell, because that'll make it 10 times worse. You laughed at my fucking old lady. I was like, all right. Would you believe me if I told you my mouth laughed on its own accord by itself? I had nothing to do with it. What it is, it's like a false transfer of emotions under like a state of anxiety. And that checking out with you? He was pissed. Finally, I calmed down to a point where he's like, see, I told you. The snot, the yelling. Other inmates walking by around the day were starting to look in our cell and have to wave them away. Calm down, brother. Yes, you did tell me. Like, damn, I can't believe it. I got your back. This freaking sucks. Then he wouldn't talk to me all the rest of the night. Got on his rack. I even heard him crying more. And I was like, hey, brother, don't worry about it. You'll be able to get a payment plan or something. He just wanted to talk to me. But the next morning, here's how he showed his love for me. Gave me a jar of peanut butter. Hey, that's how you tell somebody you love him, right? Because they transpacked him. And I was happy for him to add on to Susanville. So he was real happy because that's the closest pin to Oregon. And that's what he wanted, to get up there to Susanville. And he's like, here, homeboy. And he's putting his groceries away. Because he had tienda. I hadn't had a chance to go yet. That was like the peace offering, the olive branch. But I didn't even laugh at him. Like, I didn't mean to. Because what I was thinking when he was reading the letter to me, I was thinking, damn, that sucks. I can't believe that I didn't know that. I can't believe that I was telling him, no, you're not going to have to pay it. And then as it turns out, he is like, damn, like chuckle. Just your mouth it doesn't always respond properly to input. But try telling that to somebody sometimes. Really flip out. And he had that. He was just like, damn, he was on a sick one. I seen a guy fight like that one time in reception. This dude who I knew for a long time, and I knew him actually to be a really good fighter, a really tough dude. I knew this dude. Even though the last time I saw him, let me just add this in real quick, he knew he had a known enemy on the yard. And he only had like a week to the house, so he wouldn't go to yard. He was staying in the cell. No one was calling him on it. I didn't want to front him up. Be like, hey, how come you're not going to yard? I knew why he wasn't going to yard. And I surely wasn't going to be the one to like discipline him. Hey, homeboy, you owe 123 if you're not going to yard. I was more in the mode like, I known you a long time. I got enough respect for you. I'll just like sweep it under the rug, act like I don't see what you're doing, which is hiding. Snicker, snicker. So be that as it may. But other than that, solid dude, known to fight good. And he was going to fight this guy who I didn't know all that well. And I expected the dude I knew to just mop the floor up with them. They start fighting? No. The dude who I didn't know so well mopped the floor, but the guy I knew mopped him up. Super mopping. Swiffer plus. He even lifted him all the way up in the air like a couple times because the guy got like a full mount on him. And he was able to just like, and like twirl him like a sign. You know how the people on the signs on the thing? He was like, auto, save $35 auto insurance. I was like, dude, hit the wall right there. Get that grease stain off the wall. It's been there for about a year now. He mopped him. Like, damn. Okay? And it was the same thing. He was crying and slobbering while he was doing it. Just had crazy strength, like jeekapers. Then, wouldn't you freaking know, someone ripped off my brother. My blood brother. Him and I got the same mom. Different dads. We're motherfucking brothers. Brother from the same mother. We're exactly the same too. You'd trip out. People who know both of us, ask them. Like the same. It's crazy because look, when I got this tattoo, and I'm not trying to call my brother out. It's like a big brother, little brother thing. First, I got the horns. Then he had to one-up me by putting his horns on his forehead right here. Then I got this tattoo right here. So then he showed up. He had something right here. Then I was telling him a long time ago, you know they have like praying hands? I was like, bro, wouldn't it be sick to have some hands? They're not like praying hands, they're like a zombie. Like long yellow fingernails, like a green zombie hand with like warts and moles, like a praying zombie hand. And then later on, my brother was like, dude, that'd be sick, like a praying zombie hand. I just ran with it. I was like, yeah, yeah. And then I got right here, but you got to have a rocker. Okay, if you're getting tatted up, you got to have a rocker right here. You want to say something cool, you only get one shot at it. I put fuck what you think. For a while, though, I was going to get sick of it all. Guess what my brother got? Sick of it all. I ain't mad at him for it. Much love for him. I guess it's a form. Imitation or flattery is a form of respect, right? Or imitation is a form of flattery, which is a form of respect, which is a form of sign language. Be that as it may, where the fuck was I even going, man? Someone ripped off my brother, dude. And he was in jail. And I go buy his old lady's pad, check on her, and kind of handle it. And he was on the phone when I got there talking to her. I don't know where I'm leaning over like this. I got there and he was on the phone. I talked to him. And he's like, hey, that dude that ripped me off, he's over there. He's like, smash that fool. I want your handle. He's like, hell yeah, I'll handle it. He's like, but the old lady ain't gonna let you. Because he's at her grandma's house. And what it was is his old lady had like an aunt who was dating this dude that had ripped my brother off for a generator. And I tell my brother, he's like, the dude's there. He's in the backyard. Go smash him. Go tell him, shit, this is what happens. This is what time it is. He ripped my brother off. He goes, but I gotta run it past the old lady. And she's like, telling me, no, you're not gonna do that at my house. So I'm like, I'm gonna go handle it. And I was, let me go peek out there and see what's going on. And I looked out there and it was that dude from Moscow. The dude who I didn't know that had that crazy strength. It was like crying and slobbering and like snot running out of his nose and picked the dude up. And I was like, oh, that's who it is? I was like, yeah. I mean, we better respect grandma's house, homeboy. I was like, shit, lucky we're not somewhere else, dog. I'd already be on it. But yeah, you're right. We probably shouldn't do that here. Not here, not now. I mean, not with grandma's pad. Shit, that fool's lucky. About to tear into him. We'll put that on pause. So that was kind of a trip. But what else I was going to say, man? I'll trip on this, though. Tell me this ain't some bad luck. My cousin had some badass luck, man. First time in prison. He goes in. They had this thing they used to do in D-Yard when you'd be on the bottom tier since Woods and Bulldogs are on site at war at Wasco. The cells have a door handle on them, like this. Like you get it? Like this. It's like this. No, it's like a door handle so you can grab it. To where you can go in and throw something through it like a towel and then yank it so you have leverage. You're going to walk up. You're going to throw your towel through the door handle. You're going to have it on two sides. And you're going to wham, wham, wham. And the door's going to slide open and they're going to run in, shrink, and start slinging those razors around. It became real popular once they found out that you could do the doors like that. But once it started happening, I'd already done like 4 or 5 years in prison. I already knew how to make my own tomahawk. I was on deck. I was like, wish a motherfucker would. I was getting my own towel, trying to get in cells my damn self. And I was like, yeah, running with it. However, my cousin Michael, first time he ever been in the pen, don't know anything about it. No one even put him up on game. I said, hey, be careful. Someone come out rushing up in your cell. He had no idea. He's posted up. Boom. There they are. They come running in and slice him. Got a big old scar on his face. Then he goes to Sentinella, one of the most active level 3s there is. He goes driving up in there. Gets caught up in a big old riot over wine. What it is the Woods and the Southsiders are going to go in and make some wine together. The Southsiders came up on the potato flakes and the sugar and all that. And the white boy was going to make it in his rack and he's going to babysit it, nurse it, burp it, put it together, keep it, hold it. Mutual understanding, 50-50. So the day came, it's done, let's drink it. They're all drinking, everyone's nice and sauced up. But that Wood had a dude sitting next to him, was a black dude. And he'd been on his bumper, like he'd seen them drinking. And you know, you see someone drinking and partying in there, and smoking a cigarette, like, let me get a hit. Like, you know, I'll see a Wood, someone on a joint or something. Let me get it. Where'd you get the weed, dog? I mean, you want to have fun too. So the black dude, seeing this go down, telling his Wood neighbor, who's probably kind of cool with, let me get a cup. Let me get a cup. I'll buy a cup off you. What's up? I want some. How can I get in the car? Let me get a cup. What's up? And I guess the white dude just got aggravated him to hear his story. Anyway, he got aggravated. The dude kept asking him over and over, let me get a cup, let me get a cup. He said, fine, fuck it. Took his cup from him, dipped it into the pruno and said, here. A couple people saw it. But what they didn't do was voice that right away. Now, they decided to get nice and slosh first, let everyone get drunk, and like, oh yeah, FYI. By the way, just want to inform everyone that he gave that black dude, see that black dude over there? He's drinking wine. Now he got it, boop, put the cup in the thing, which is a big no-no. Like, it renders that wine useless. And if anyone who drank from it afterwards, drank out of that black dude by proxy. I mean, the rules are rules. They are such. And so just kicked off a freaking major riot. My cousin got caught up in it. He's short to the house. He goes to the hole. I don't even think it's a write up. They just put him in the hole, whatever. Sometimes you get caught up in right and don't actually get the write up. You got him in the hole. He ends up going home. I think like a week later. Kick him to the pad. But he comes back a couple months later, and when you come back to prison, if you parole from the hole, you got to go right back to the hole. It's like you're in prison, you're in the hole. Oh, time for me to go home. You go home and you come back right back to the hole. So you figure out, why the fuck were you in there last time you were here? So, parole from the hole, he came back, went to the hole, Wasco D6, one of the gnarliest holes in the CDC, gets in there and right away like, whack your celly. Real popular there in D6. Real big on the old whack your celly. Picture the dude has to do that, put in that kind of work, which I've been in that position before and I have done it. I've talked about it on my videos. It's kind of a awkward, uncomfortable feeling. Because even after, it's a lot of pressure. To rush someone that's like that, it could be a lot of pressure. So, he wasn't ready for that pressure. He said no. He said, I'm not going to do it. Went ahead and locked it up. And whatever, I'm not going to judge him for it. So that's his story. Be that as it may. It's not for everybody, but the whole point with the pruno, how they got into the big fight, is Sentinella over the wine. Very common to get in fights over pruno. Even me and my own celly. I had a celly. Man, you know what's tripping about this dude? On one hand, I had a lot of love for this cat. I really liked him. On the other hand, I knew I had to really watch my back. I know he'd cut my throat in a heartbeat. This dude was just anti-loyal. I don't know what his trip was. He was this real conniving schemer type. We're making wine. Both of us are saving up to make wine. We have all of our juices. We're saving all of our juices. We're coming up on some sugar. So even though we're going to make the wine at the same time, we both have our own containers. We're going to cook separately. We each had a 12-ounce Folgers jar. Two a piece. So it's 24 ounces a piece. We had two 12-ounce Folgers jar. We're going to fill them up. We're going to make our wine. We have all of our ingredients. Days a day. So we start breaking out all the juices. We're sitting on the floor. We're getting the kicker. I'm breaking up in fours. We're getting our sugar. We're getting everything already. We got our jellies. And I look over at he shot me my juices, and I look at our juices are different. I start looking. I was like, wait a minute. You kept all the pineapple and you gave me all the apple. First off, I'm insulted because you didn't think I would notice. I mean, come on, dude. And if you didn't think I would notice, you didn't think I'd say anything. That's totally awkward and weird. It's totally like what, is pineapple better? Do I need to read? Is it in fact have like a microgranulation more sugar in it than apple? Are you like trying to get over it by like a microgranulation? I mean, what is this deal with you wanting the apples? Why would you even look at it? Me, I'd have been like, okay, here's your 8 and I'll keep my 8. But just to go out of your way and to make sure this one for me, that one for him not as good. This one for me better, that one for him not as good. Oh, it got me heated. Got me pissed off. I gotta watch my motherfucking back around you. But the thing I liked and respected about him, he was down to ride. I knew that. Because this dude who lived next to us, this neighbor, tried to get over on us. That guy's going to sell us something. And they came by our cell door and like put a bag under the door. Like, here you go. And we grabbed it and like, what? Nothing there. Oh, I put it there. I put it there. You know, the dude, when he fucking, at the tire, when you're selling the tires, I forgot what it's called, the windmill guy, the air guy, that's just him. It's on you guys. Like, what is he talking about? And I even told my celly, I said, we're going to rush that fool. At medical, we're going to put sick call slips in. We're going to put one in for him. Because I know his name, his CC number. I'm not going to ask him. Just going to put a sick call slip in for him. And they're going to come pull him out for sick call, give him a duck. He's going to have to go. And we're going to rush his ass. And he even came by our cell. That's on you guys. That's on you guys. And I said, dude, put your hands down. Looks like you're waving for help. The cops look up at us and like this in front of my door. I think they were even hitting him with the light. Keep him moving, stupid. I tell my celly, we're rushing that J-Cat. He said, yeah, I got no problem with it. I said, good, and I knew he would, too. So it doesn't quite make up for the weird pineapple apple. I just feel like if I drop $5, you'd pick it up and help me look for it. I don't like that kind of feeling, man. Shit. What else, though? What else? I'll tell you what else. I was in H-Pod. Drinking. 2 homeboys. We thought we were going to go to Wasco that night. We weren't. Someone else did. And we ended up inheriting a badge. It's kind of a weird thing. So you can get there and you're like, okay, I got sentenced. I'm going to Wasco in 2 weeks. You'll miss like the first 2 chains and you want to leave. You're at county jail fighting a case. You want to catch that chain. You want to go to Wasco. Start your state experience. Eat better up there. Things will start getting better. You want to go. So it's like, I've been sentenced. It's been 3 weeks. I'm going. But no, didn't go. But a guy who got sentenced yesterday went. It's crazy like that. And he had a batch going. And he shot it to me and some of the homeboys. Like, fuck, I'm going tonight. You guys can have my big ass batch of wine. So I decided to just lock it down. Lock it down with those dudes all night. And we're going to get drunk. As soon as we lock it down for the night, clink, and we're all drink. Because we're just going to open the doors at 3 in the morning. Breakfast. Who gives a fuck? Be able to get out. Ain't no thing. We start drinking, our good time, playing dominoes, our piccolo dominoes. All of a sudden you just hear this excruciating Noise from next door. What can I liken it to? Like you're slaughtering a calf. Just banging against the wall and screeching. Like, oh no, someone's getting off. Then it stopped for a minute, like, okay, if they just leave it right there, we might be able to make it. Then kick back up again, like, there they go. Shit, it's going to be like an all-nighter. Because they were just going there, getting down. They're going to get the cops' attention. Initially, dude was screaming. He's beating the shit out of him. And it would, like, stop. I'm like, okay, either he killed him or he's done. Like, either way, like, cheers. But let's hope it's, and then it start back up again. Mother fizzucker. Cops come running in finally, snatch him, want to do a count. Then the two guys I'm with want to jump up in their beds and say, like, look, we're going to act like we don't even know how you got in here. Just ignore you. I go, what? You had to sit on the toilet when the cops come in here to tell them you went in the wrong cell by accident and, we don't know nothing about it. We're going to be over sleeping. When we roll over, we're going to be surprised to see you. I go, fuck no. You got to act like you invited me in. Say, we're going to have a summer party and play dominoes and make it like you guys are in on it or something. Like, funny. Don't make it seem like I snuck in while you guys are sleeping. And that's what they did. Not really. Kind of, though. Cops came. They're pissed off. Threw me in the hole. They call that like attempted escape. Craziest thing about hole, the county jail sucks. Sucks ass. Got nothing coming. It's the worst hole. They gave me a big ass thick Reader's Digest book. Had 5 little different books in it. And I'm an easy please. I'm a cheap date. I got a great imagination. Throw me any kind of book, romance, fantasy, western, in a different language. I don't care what it's about. Is it about the economy? Is it about whatever? Let's read this damn thing. I'm good for books. But out of these 5 books, none of them were good, and I'd start one. I'd read it, and I'd be like, fuck, this is so fucking boring. And I'd go to the next one, and I'd read that for a little bit. Like, no, just tried the 3rd book, and I'd go through all of them. And then I'd start back at the beginning. And I just couldn't figure out which one was fucking worse. It was gnarly. Pretty gnarly. I saw a guy get cut in there, too. It was pretty gnarly. This guy came in, he was a porter, but he was just real loud. He would spray our cells with the Windex shit and not wipe it off. Just do stupid shit. The tray door was open. A dude who was a couple cells next to me put a pencil out there. Told the guy when he was walking by, hand me that pencil. When he went down, stupid ass. I knew from a mile away. I was saying, don't grab the pencil. Like, you don't see that as a setup? You're walking down the tier, there's an open fucking tray slot. Someone's like, excuse me, can you grab that pencil? If me, I'd be like, treat that thing like a booby trap. Hell no, I'm not grabbing that pencil. Doesn't it seem obvious? That guy stopped, picked the pencil, and the dude reached out the tray slot, slice a Ruski, put a zipper right on his back. Damn. And then trip on this. Let me fit the story in. We're in motherfucking ICDTP. Got a big ass batch going. Drunk or Ruski. We're drunk. Everyone's drunk. Some aggressive pinochle throwing, a little bit of wrestling horseplay, some singing all of a sudden, a couple dudes doing this, like, yeah, and they're singing and yeah, and the cops are looking in the bubble like, what the fuck? These dudes are never like this. It's like 7 o'clock at night, he's there like watching TV, writing letters. These dudes are off the hook. They come in to tear our house apart, find out what the fuck's going on. And at the time, like, this is a sheet, at the time, everyone was taking the bottom of their sheets and cutting a square and doing art. Making art out of it and sending them home. You can see your letters. So they start tearing all of our racks apart and notice that everyone has a square out of their sheet. Tripped on that. Called in the gang task force, took pictures. It was like, we need to know why these squares. We're just laughing our ass off. They didn't even find the wine. A lot of us still had wine in our cups. We're just drinking it. I had this thing like a hammock, a sheet in between 2 beds, and I had my wine right there. I didn't get a chance to grab it, and they came running in. They went right to it, I thought, until they grabbed my sheet and saw the missing square. Like, oh my gosh, these guys are Illuminati. We must get to the secret. We must get to the bottom of this. And they spent hours spinning their wheels, dude. We got drunk and already sobered up by the time. Never did find the wine. J-Cats. I'm going to cut a string, let it fly. Shout out to the joiners. Shout out to the Point of View crew. We're going to be drinking this soon. What can I say, man? Nothing, almost some respect. Hope you guys are digging and feeling this video. I'm really going to get busy on the videos. I know I say it all the time, but I mean it all the time. And I do it all the time, don't I? So, yeah, I think so. I'm really going to be kicking some ass on some videos, kicking ass on some lives, because I want to jive with you guys, gel with you guys. I want us to kick it and chill. Shout out to the Point of View crew. Cut the string, let it fly. Peace. Lily said, what's up?